Now is the president of the IFP, Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Buthelezi, good evening, sir, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
I know you've made a long trip all the way from Ulundi here to Durban.
Yes, I have a meeting in Durban, yes.
Okay. Just looking at the results, we know, of course, that they have not been declared, but the results that we have seen, it looks good for the IFP. You must be pleased with that.
Yes, I agree that so far so good, actually, and grateful for what we've received from the Lord so far.
What do you attribute this to?
Well, I just think that my message, people are getting to understand my message, and people, especially young people, when we canvassed, I didn't promise that we're going to make an El Dorado here, but I said that my track record speaks for itself, and pointed at things they can see and touch, which during the time when I was in charge, my party was in charge before 94 and after 94 for 10 years, when we had 3 premiers, that we did, that's what we did, and there was no corruption and so on. Especially young people, because this is a generation of young people. I mean, everywhere I went, we have attended some of my meetings. The people that attend are not people of my generation, but young people.
So you were quite happy to see young people understanding and also coming out to exercise their democratic right, and that is to vote.
Absolutely, sir, because I perfectly understand those who get so depressed because all the things that are happening, all the painful things are happening to them, because they are the ones who suffer because of unemployment and no opportunity sometimes for schooling and tertiary education, etc. So they're in the forefront of our suffering. So therefore, everywhere I talk to them, I said that the future belongs to them. I mean, and mentioned that our people were very patient, in fact, during the struggle for liberation, the political struggle, and that therefore it's clear that we still were in dire straits even now, and that therefore we'll have to bank on the perseverance which the Lord gave black people, and to strive and to look at what we can do to implement our belief in self-help and self-reliance, because that's the only thing that will make us survive, because most of our families now are depending on the social grants because there is nothing else. But I said that we must also look at what we can do. For example, I think the King and I, for a long time in this province in particular, we have been very sad about the fact that our people no longer plow their fields. All fields throughout the province are fallow. In fact, in all the provinces that are rural, you find that our people do not plant anything. They don't produce food, which is actually a big challenge. Food security is a big challenge, particularly because we are poor, and particularly because we are challenged also by diseases like tuberculosis and HIV and AIDS.
And one municipality that you were said that you were going to win or retain, that is the Nkandla municipality, and it definitely seems that you've been able to retain that municipality. Your comments on that? In fact,
the mayor is, I don't know if you saw the mayor is here from Nkandla. We had another meeting with him. I was saying that he's awesome to me. I knew that he would retain. He said so because I had a rally there on the 30th, and he actually said that we're going to retain it. He said he had visited every ward and so on, and I believe that our chances were very good. But I didn't realize that it was going to be such a whacking, and I'm very grateful.
All right. All right, that was Mangosuthu Buthelezi during his visit to the Results Centre. All right, I'm going to shift our discussion now to independent candidates and bring in my guest, Dr. Bheki Mngomezulu, the political analyst. Dr. Mngomezulu, just very briefly, we don't have much time. We wanted to talk about independence. 57 were contesting the eThekwini Metro, and we understand that 5 are celebrating at the moment. They have seemingly won their awards.
Yeah, that's true. I must say that it's unprecedented for a local election to have as many as 57 just at eThekwini alone, over 200 across the province. So that tells you that there is something happening in different political parties. Taking into consideration the fact that these independent candidates come in 2 forms. One is those who are disgruntled in their own political parties, and then secondly, those who just decide to go it alone without having been associated with any political party. But then the problem then is you have 57 from the ANC, and then of that number you only have 5 that have managed to get some seats. Then the question is, what happens to the rest of them? Because they can't go back to their political parties now that they've left. So that then raises a question: is it a viable option to go it alone?
Dr. Mangosuthu, certainly we will be following that. The results are not all in, so we might still get more surprises regarding our independent candidates from the eThekwini Metro. Right, that's all we had time for now. Let me take things back to Pretoria.
Thank you very much, Ayanda Mhlongo and Mangosuthu Buthelezi. Quite calm, but he's got reason to celebrate the IFP.